Last year's MGA Met Open was decided in a dramatic three-hole playoff when PGA professional Mark Brown defeated outstanding amateur Cameron Wilson at Old Westbury Golf and Country Club. This year's tournament moved to the spectacular Trump National at Bedminster, and this gorgeous and challenging layout stood between the 65 players that made the cut and the winning trophy as the final round was underway. Well, rain was in the forecast, but it never appeared. All the players did, however, and there were many chasing Mike Ballo Jr. of Woodway Country Club and Grant Sturgeon of Wingfoot. Both were at 6 under par, 138. But there were 16 players within 5 shots of the lead, including 17-year-old Cameron Young of Sleepy Hollow Country Club with his dad David on the bag.
Very rarely do we have any mid-round corrections. You know, he just plays, and he's learned pretty well how to fix himself, so he's pretty self-sufficient these days.
Cameron was in the last group with Grant Sturgeon and Mike Ballo Jr. The tees were set at over 7,100 yards for the final round, and it was going to be quite a test. On the par 5, 545-yard first hole, all 3 men were putting for eagle. Mike and Cameron two-putted for birdie 4, but Grant Sturgeon took 3 to get down from the fringe. And then Grant fell 2 more shots off the pace. His tee shot on the 430-yard par 4 second went left and into the trees. The ball was lost, and he took double bogey 6. But the 35-year-old Wingfoot assistant pro bounced right back on the 3rd.
Boy, that looks like it's going right at it.
That short birdie putt got Grant back to 5 under par as Cameron Young and Mike Ballo Jr. ran off pars on holes 2 through 5. Now watch this great tee shot by Grant on the 165-yard par 3 4th. It led to another birdie, and he went back to even par for the day, tied with Cameron Young and just a shot behind leader Mike Ballo Jr. Things changed on the 168-yard par 3 7th. Cameron Young, who bogeyed the 6th, and Grant Sturgeon missed the green and had tough little pitch shots to try and save pars. But neither one did. Mike Ballo hit an excellent tee ball to the 7th.
Could be a big turning point. Tournament. And he's got it.
That brought Mike to 8 under par, a full 3 shots clear of the field. And he didn't stop there. He was the only player in the group to hit the green in 2 on the 565-yard par 5 8th.
Very nice lag putt there by Mike Ballo Jr. 9 under par now for Mike Ballo Jr.
With host Donald Trump in the gallery, Mike was ready on the 9th, a 450-yard par 4, but came off his tee shot, and it went way right.
There's Mike Ballo Jr.'s ball here, guys. And even if he gets some kind of a free drop, Mike's going to have a very difficult shot. He's just going to have to pitch out.
Mike was allowed relief, but he still had to hit from the pine straw. That mishap led to double bogey 6 on the 9th and brought Mike back to the field. However, he still led by 2 at 7 under par. Playing partners Grant Sturgeon and Cameron Young were only 2 and 3 shots behind. And up ahead, making some noise, were a few other players, like the 2007 champion Frank Benzel, who got it to 4 under par after 13. Near misses like this one, however, kept Frank from going any lower. There were a few other players putting a little heat on the leaders, like Timothy Puetz, Harrison Shee, Sonny Kim, Cameron Wilson, and Chris Cialo. But none could get lower than 4 under par, and it seemed as if the champion would come from the final group. But who would it be? Back to the final group, and positions didn't change until they came to the 192-yard par 3 14th.
Here's Grant Sturgeon, 2 shots behind. He has the honor. About 190-yard par 3.
All three men hit fine tee shots, but Grant's came to rest only 2.5 feet from the pin. Mike Ballo Jr. was furthest away. He putted first and made par.
Goes by the hole. And he's got it. He's got it.
The players were now on the par 5 15th fairway, and the scoreboard told the story. With Mike Ballo Jr. safely on the green in 3, watch this third by Grant Sturgeon.
Nice shot there by Grant. That looks fairly close from here, guys, maybe 6 or 7 feet. And it's getting closer. Goes about 3 or 4 feet by. Nice shot there by Cameron Young. They're chasing Mike Ballo Jr.
Mike two-putted for par to stay 6 under, but he was about to be joined.
He's got it. Birdie 4 for Grant. And he's now even with Mike Ballo Jr. And with this putt, Cameron Young will only be down a shot with 3 to play. And he's got it.
Now with the honor on 16, tied for the lead, with the gallery watching and water to negotiate, Grant hit his 3rd consecutive great iron shot under pressure to within 2 feet of the cup.
Starting out right, but coming right back to the pin. Nice shot there by Grant Sturgeon.
Both Mike Ballo Jr. and Cameron Young hit the green also, but they had long birdie putts, and their first putts rolled well by the hole. When they both missed their putts coming back, their 3-putt bogeys meant a 2-shot swing. And all of a sudden, it was Grant by 2 over Mike and 3 over Cameron. The 16th will certainly be a hole to remember. All 3 players hit perfect tee shots on the short par 4 17th. With Cameron and Grant safely on the green, Mike Ballo Jr.'s second was too strong, and he was left with a delicate pitch for his third. He ended up with double bogey on the hole and fell 4 shots behind Grant Sturgeon. Anyone who's ever played tournament golf knows how Mike was feeling about now. Steady Grant Sturgeon made his par, and it was now Cameron Young's turn.
He's got it. Cameron Young with a nice birdie 3.
1 hole to play. Cameron Young 2 behind, and Mike Ballo Jr. 4 off the lead. Both Cameron and Mike went for the green with their second shots to the par 5 18th, while Grant Sturgeon played safe with an iron right down the middle, and then Grant's third safely to the back of the green. He was taking no chances with that lead. Mike's second shot ended up in a greenside bunker, and Cameron thought he had found his ball near the water hazard behind the green. But when he went to mark it after his third, he realized that it wasn't his ball. An unfortunate ending for the young man who, at 17 years old, had played a very nice final round under pressure. His triple bogey 8 finished him at 2 under par for the championship, good for second low amateur honors, a shot behind Harrison Shee. Mike Ballo Jr. made par on 18, finished in a tie for 4th at 3 under par, and pocketed $6,500. And now the stage was set for the man who, behind birdies on 14, 15, and 16, came from behind to win the 99th Met Open with rounds of 70, 68, and 71. And that's 7 under par for the tournament, 3 clear of the field.
Sturgeon.
Grant
Makes
Sturgeon.
that putt. Grant Sturgeon, the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce 2014 Met Open champion, Grant Sturgeon of Wingfoot.
Well, I feel incredibly excited for one, and you know, anytime, I don't know, I'm just kind of lost for words. Pretty excited though. Thanks. Thank you so much. Luke took care of it. Congratulations. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you.
The tournament concluded with a nice dinner and award ceremony, and later a few words from the man who hosted this outstanding event.
Well, it's a great event. It's a very, very important event. And even though we have the PGA coming, PGA Championship, and we have the Women's U.S. Open coming very soon, but this is something that's very special. All of my life I've watched it, and now to have it at Trump National, it means a lot. So we're very honored.
And so 35-year-old Grant Sturgeon wins the 99th Met Open. So long from Trump National, Bedminster. Bye for now, Mr. Trump.